Module 3, Sleep and Weight. Part 1, Statistics. Now, I know statistics aren't always fun, but they do give us a good idea of where the problems lie. 65% of Americans are obese, 15% of children are overweight, and 18 million Americans have sleep apnea. On average, Americans sleep less than 7 hours each night, which is less than the recommendation of 7.5 to 8.5 hours per night. All of these statistics are interwoven and make us have less than optimal health as Americans. Part 2, Sleep Deprivation. Decreased activity or physical inactivity is the number one cause of poor sleep problems. When we don't live our best life, we have decreased motivation in our life, we have increased depression and anxiety symptoms. We also have decreased exposure to sunlight. Movement, working out, activity, being exposed to sunlight and nature are all essential for optimal sleep. Part 3, Human Growth Hormone. HGH, or human growth hormone, is what allows us to heal. It occurs during the slow sleep wave, the deepest sleep during the first third of the night. This is why it's so important to go to bed at the same time every night, because human growth hormone is produced in the first third of the night, and you could be missing out on that. As we get older, our slow wave sleep decreases. That's part of the reason why we age. It's also the reason that older people who do work out tend to look a little bit better. The better sleep they have, the more human growth hormone they're producing. Part 4, Cortisol. Cortisol is our stress hormone that's released by the adrenal glands. It's important in helping your body deal with stress. However, if it's too high, it may cause weight gain, high blood pressure, it could impact your sleep, and even more, it could contribute to diabetes. It's a vicious cycle. In the morning is when cortisol is at its highest because it's helping us wake up and get going for the day. It slowly declines throughout the day and is at its lowest in the early evening and the first part of sleep to help calm you down. Sleep deprivation and sleep apnea increase the levels of cortisol released and cause them to remain elevated throughout the day. It's essential that you go to sleep at the same time every day. Don't drink caffeine drinks at night or in the late afternoon. Try to avoid any sleep disruption and do your best to get 8 hours of sleep daily. Part 5, Leptin and Ghrelin. Leptin is the satiety hormone and ghrelin is the hunger hormone. When you're sleep deprived, you'll have reduced leptin and elevated ghrelin, meaning that the lack of sleep contributes to obesity due to the body's regulation of these hormones. Leptin is lower in the morning, even though we fast throughout the night, and it's released through the brain. Ghrelin is released through our cells in our stomach, and it decreases quickly after a meal is consumed. It also decreases the second part of the night, even though we do not eat. Glucose. Glucose is the food our brain uses. 50% of the glucose used by the body is used in the brain. Insulin is the hormone used to determine the breakdown of glucose. Decreased sleep decreases insulin resistance, but does not decrease the overproduction and lack of breakdown of glucose. Sleep deprivation in people with diabetes will increase blood sugars in the morning due to stress. High blood sugar can cause you to wake up, to go to the bathroom and get a drink, interrupting sleep patterns even more. High blood sugar can cause you to be hot and irritable. It's essential for you to monitor your blood glucose, go to bed at the same time every night, and keep your bed and bedding cool. Sleep in a quiet room with no lights and exercise daily. Back to sleep deprivation. 2 studies compared 2 different groups, one with 4 hours of sleep and one with 8 hours of sleep. In the group with 4 hours of sleep, it was found that after just 2 nights, there was an increase in the hunger by 24%, and there was an increase in the desire for carbohydrates by 32%. What we need. The amount of sleep we need depends on our age. All adults need between 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Children need even more as they develop and grow. Sleep does get more fragmented as we get older, as we're 70 years and above, but that does not mean we do not need sleep. Some of the ways we can improve sleep and keep the aging process at bay is to make sure we have a strong sleep routine and we get exercise during the day and we get fresh air and sunshine. You are now ready for the next module.